Hello and welcome to Homeschool MBA, where we talk about different management business administration topics. Thank you for being here. Let's get started. So the agenda today is trying to wrap up our various conversations on negotiations. So some of these things are a little redundant, but we try to put everything in one slide to go over it. So we're going to talk about claiming and creating gains in negotiations, issues in negotiations, information sharing strategies in negotiations, overall strategy, and creating value. Again, this is a one-page slide which talks about all, some of the key parameters we talk about on planning a negotiation. So hello, Professor, how are you doing? Let's talk about negotiation. Let's try and wrap this up based on some of our previous talks.
I'm good, thank you very much. Well, as you said, that a lot has been said on negotiations under the topic conflict management and all that. But just to wrap it up, here you made a very good slide, like claiming gains, now define goal, opening offer, concessions, arguments, influence, and signaling commitment. No, basically here you are defining that what you are going to ask for from the other party and why you are asking. What is your argument for this, that why should that be given to you? And that's where you say that I'm going to claim this much of the pie, or I'm going to claim these gains from the other party. And that is based upon your own understanding of the, let's say, conflict or the dispute between you and the competitor. And then the strategy here you devise is that create gains for both, not only for yourself, because if you create gains only for yourself, then it would be kind of win and lose situation, which is not good. We are talking of integrative bargaining. Integrative bargaining means where both the parties have the share of the pie. So both the parties are benefiting out of it. And you are creating that solution which is acceptable to both. In other words, we are heading towards win-win situation where you and the competitor both are happy to go about it. Then issues in integrative and distributive and compatible bargaining are that one party wants to have the major share of the pie and the other party wants to have the major share as well. So here again, we'd say distributive. So that means the pie should be distributed equally or justly between you and the competitor. So only then your this issue would be resolved. So that's generally speaking. And then again, one is the most important part of this whole equation is the sharing information. Now, of course, when you share information with your competitors, there are benefits, but there are risks also. And the question is that how can you trust? But here, let me tell you, the information that you share is only publishable information that you share, not the internal, let's say, the internal information or the secret information of the organization or the company. That is never shared. You only share that part of the information which can be made public. And there is no harm in sharing that information, because you, in any case, you publish that information in your annual reports and in your brochures and in your promotional activities and all that. So therefore, When we say sharing information, we don't mean that we are sharing the internal secret information of the organization. That must never be shared, because that is then very dangerous. Like, for instance, the design of your product, be it software or be it hardware, product. So you never you give out the specifications and designs of your product, but generally you give out the information about marketing and sales and this, that, and the other. Then the that's what we are talking about, the strategy. Yeah, sharing information under what strategy? Now, this strategy, what we say, that it should be simple, perspective, and flexible. So that means when we apply it to sharing information or to issues, we say that strategy should be play by the ear. Listen to the competitor very carefully, note down their strengths and their weaknesses, and also compare your own strengths and weaknesses with theirs, and then be flexible. If you have to step back a little, do it. And if you have to go step forward, do it. That's what the flexibility means, that if you have to agree with them, agree with them. And if they disagree, then you must learn agree to disagree. That's where the flexibility or the strategic position will come. Then creating value. Now, when we say creating value, we mean creating value for both the parties. Both the parties should feel satisfied after the negotiations that they have successfully completed the negotiation part, and now they are looking forward to a better relationship between two organizations. They have resolved all the problems. They have resolved the disputes between them by using various, contingency plans or cost cutting techniques or whatever it may be. They have used all those terms that you are using in this slide to reach a conclusion, to reach an agreement. And that agreement is actually problem solving. How have we reached? How have we solved the problem? By applying problem solving techniques or approaches. What is problem solving technique or approach? First, you must understand what is the problem, the causes of the problem, the symptoms of the problem, and then you must know and understand how to solve that problem. And there are alternatives, and we have discussed earlier also, through different discussions, collective decision making and all that. So you break the problem into various steps and ultimately go step by an approved step approach, and you solve the problem. And then, of course, your uncertainty, what you say, or solid information, they are used for actually coming out with an agreement which is acceptable to both the parties. That's generally about this issue. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Professor. I will wrap this up here. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please like and subscribe to all our social media. Thank you, Professor. Till we meet again.
My pleasure.